At the beginning of the story, we see a sharpshooter named Drasa, who has been hiding in a tunnel for several hours. She's actually waiting for her target. Drasa was tasked with killing a government official at a nearby airport, shortly after a plane lands on the runway. As soon as Drasa spots her target, she kills him with a single shot from several kilometers away. Drasa executes her task with such precision that the guards on duty don't even know who fired the shot or where. After completing the mission, Drasa goes to her mother's grave, where her father is already. Here, we learn another thing about Drasa. Whenever she kills someone with her rifle, she keeps the bullet casings, and then hands them over to her father. Drasa was, in fact, a contract killer. This means she used to kill people for money and had already killed many others. She hated killing people, but it had become her profession, so Drasa would give her father the bullet covers, trying to ease his grief. Drasa tells her father, "I've got another new project that will last a whole year. I might not be able to see you during that time." To which Drasa's father replies, "You come every year and give me some bullet covers, but that won't happen next year. I'm in the last stage of cancer. I don't have much time left, and if I don't die in the coming days, I'll take my own life on February 14th, Valentine's Day, because I have no reason to live anymore. Your mother is also dead, and you visit me once or twice a year for your work, so this might be our last meeting." Hearing this, Drasa's eyes fill with tears. The scene shifts, and we see Levi, the other lead character in this story. Levi's life wasn't going well at all. He often suffered from nightmares, and sleep eluded him. One night, awakening from a nightmare, Levi leaves his house and goes to the seashore. There, he feels a little better and begins writing in his diary. Suddenly, Levi receives a message on his phone. The message provides an address, urging him to arrive as soon as possible. Without wasting any time, Levi arrives at a military base and meets a female officer named Bartow. During their conversation, we learn that Levi was no ordinary man, but an army officer. Now retired, he has also been a deadly sniper, having killed over 200 people. Bartow tells Levi, "I want to send you on a mission because you're a very good sniper, and only you can do this." But before sending him on the mission, Bartow asks Levi a very important question. "If you go on this mission, will there be anyone left to remember you?" Hearing this, Levi feels a little awkward, but then he replies, "No, I have no one in this world anymore." Hearing this, lady tells Levi, "Get ready. In a few hours, you will be sent on that mission, and you will stay there for a year." Levi is then knocked unconscious, and when he wakes up, he finds himself in an airplane. He's confused about where he's being taken, and what kind of mission he's been assigned. Levi asks the soldier on board, "Where are you going?" But the soldier doesn't answer. He simply says, "Give us your ID and watch. You'll get them back when your mission is complete." After a while, the soldier tells him, "It's time to get off the plane. In a few minutes, we're about to enter a no-fly zone. We're not allowed to go further." He simply tells them that after landing, you'll have to walk 32 kilometers north alone. Then you'll reach your mission site. But Levi's mind is still on the same page. He asks the soldier again, "Where are we going?" The soldier replies, "I'm not allowed to answer that question. I have a microphone in my uniform. If I tell you about this place, I could be fired or even killed." Hearing this, Levi's breath catches in his throat. He's then given a parachute. And as the plane's door opens, Levi jumps out and lands safely. But the real game begins now. He has to cover a distance of 32 kilometers on foot. It takes Levi 2 days to walk. And after a long journey of 2 days, he finally reaches the place. He sees that it is a very deserted area, where not only humans but even birds are not visible to him. Then he meets a man named JD. JD was on a mission here for a year. Now his duty is over, so now Levi will take his place. JD takes Levi towards a watchtower. After reaching the top of the tower, Levi was still not able to understand what work he has to do there. This is the question he asks JD. When asked, JD replies, "There's a very deep chasm here, named God. It's a very mysterious and deep chasm, the bottom of which no one has ever reached. Your job is very simple. You have to guard this chasm." He then explains the strict rules to Levi. He says, "You can only call headquarters once a month from here. No matter what happens, don't expect to connect with the outside world. This tower is what we call the West Tower. Right in front of it is the East Tower. It's Russian. A guard is also on duty there. But there's no contact allowed between the two of you. You just have to focus on your duty. And yes, always be prepared for impending danger, because you could be attacked at any time. There are automatic guns here, and numerous landmines are planted below. If your automatic guns run out of ammunition, always reload them, as they will be very useful during an attack. And lastly, if you ever hear a loud siren here, you must flee without a second thought." I don't know why, JD says, "but I'm telling you what the previous duty worker told me." Levi hears everything he says clearly, but he has only one question. He asks, "What is it here that warrants such strict security?" Just then, JD pulls out a grenade and throws it into the deep moss. As the grenade explodes in the depths of the trench, a strange, terrifying sound resonates. That sound wasn't human at all. It was something hidden in the darkness. JD looks at Levi and says, "This sound you hear is from creatures we call hollow men. These creatures live inside this pit, and your duty here is to ensure that no creature escapes from within. It's said that in 1940, 2,400 U.S. Army soldiers were sent into this pit to eliminate all the creatures within, but to date, not a single one of them has returned alive. Now JD, having provided Levi with all the information, prepares to return home, having completed his one-year duty there. JD, having given Levi the full details, bids him farewell and departs. He is overjoyed, as he will be returning home after a year, but he had no idea that something terrifying to even contemplate awaits him. Arriving at the location, JD smokes when a helicopter arrives to pick him up. The helicopter drops a rope for him, and JD climbs up the rope to the helicopter. A soldier in the helicopter first confirms JD's identity. When JD gives him all the information, the soldier in the helicopter first shoots JD and then cuts his rope, sending him crashing down. It's now clear that anyone who enters this place never returns. We then see a scene from the next day. Levi begins his work. First, he checks some reports and reloads his automatic guns that have run out of ammunition. Days pass like this and then a month. Levi begins to feel bored. He wonders if he'll have to live here alone for a year with no conversation or entertainment. To pass the time, he decides to read the books on the shelf. As he takes the books out of the shelf, he suddenly notices a wall behind the shelf. Written on the wall are notes from all those who have previously served in this tower. Each note speaks of fear, loneliness, and the dangers of hollow men. One day, Levi hears the sound of machinery running from the west tower. Levi quickly uses his telescope to observe the east tower from a distance, and then he sees a girl. This girl turns out to be none other than Drasa, who was assigned to this tower due to her excellent sniping skills. Levi's beauty captivates Levi. However, Levi can't talk to her because it would be against the rules, and Drasa has also learned about Levi's presence in the west tower. Days pass like this, and they both wonder whether they should talk to each other. A few days later, Drasa's birthday arrives. Drasa, feeling lonely, feels the need to talk to someone. She tries to talk to Levi. Drasa asks Levi through a whiteboard, "What's your name?" Levi remembers the rules, saying that names are not allowed, but Drasa smiles and says, "My name is Drasa." Levi, without thinking too much, tells her his name. Drasa tells him that it's her birthday, and Drasa starts dancing to celebrate her birthday. Drasa asks Levi, "Do you know how to dance?" Levi replies, "No, I don't know how to dance at all." Drasa asks, "Then what do you know?" Levi replies, "I can shoot a little bit well." Here, Drasa writes on the board, "I'm a good shooter." To test his shooting skills, she places a small bottle in front of him on her tower, and Levi, aiming his target, shatters it with a single shot. Drasa wasn't about to be left behind. She too demonstrated her shooting skills, hitting a small bottle in Levi's tower with perfect accuracy. This reveals to Levi that Drasa isn't just an ordinary girl, but a deadly sniper. Gradually, their conversation grows. Drasa and Levi begin to understand each other, but only while they're engrossed in conversation does Drasa's gaze suddenly shift to the pit below. She sees some terrifying creatures, the Hollow Men, rapidly climbing up the west tower. She quickly alerts Levi, "Look down! There are some creatures heading towards you." As Levi looks down, his eyes widen in shock. Not just one or two, but thousands of creatures are moving upwards. Without wasting any time, he picks up his sniper rifle and begins shooting the creatures one by one. But the number of creatures is so great that Levi cannot handle them alone. So Drasa also begins firing with her machine gun. Creatures also begin advancing towards the east tower, Drasa's. Both of them begin killing the creatures from their respective sides. But then Levi sees that a creature has reached Drasa's tower above, and just as the creature is about to attack Drasa, Levi uses his superb sniping skills from the east tower and kills the creature. Now both Levi and Drasa realize that if they want to survive in this dangerous place, they must fight together. After everything is handled, Drasa declares, "It was the best birthday of my life." The next morning, Levi fixes the landmines below and reloads his automatic gun. Suddenly, a drone emerges from the trench. The drone stares at Levi for a few seconds. The drone scans him in a strange manner. Levi is perplexed by this, and he doesn't understand why or for whom this drone was sent. Days and months pass like this, and after the two become friends, their days are going well, and they no longer feel lonely. But one day, Drasa becomes very sad because it was February 14th. She remembers that her father had said that if he didn't die of cancer in the coming days, he would kill himself on February 14th. Here, Drasa writes on the board and tells Levi, "I feel very lonely today. It would be great if I had someone with me today." Levi has been wanting to meet Drasa since day one, and today he can't resist. He makes a plan to go to Drasa. He uses a rocket launcher to reach the east tower. The next morning, he uses a rocket launcher to throw a strong rope to Drasa. Drasa then comes out of the tower and securely ties the rope to a tree, allowing Levi to hang from the rope and reach the east tower. Without delay, Levi begins to move towards the east tower using the rope. However, he gets stuck midway because the rope slope ends. Drasa welcomes him and says, "You smell very foul, sweaty. So take a shower first and then I'll see you." Levi laughs at this. He doesn't say anything, just nods in agreement. Drasa, playing a prank, hides his clothes away, watching Levi, who is bathing in the tower's shower, through the CCTV camera. Afterward, Levi and Drasa sit together and talk for a long time. Drasa tells him her entire story, saying, "I have no one left in this world. Only my father was alive, but yesterday he too must have killed himself." Levi recounts his nightmares and stories of his days in the US Army. Night falls as they converse. Drasa puts on some soft music. music. They both begin to dance to the music. During this dance, they grow closer and romance blossoms. After a while, Levi looks at Drasa and says with a smile, "I've written a poem for you. I'll give it to you when we leave here." The next day, Levi was to return to his west tower. He bids Drasa goodbye and begins walking towards the west tower using the rope. Drasa watches him go, but then we see some creatures moving up the tower. One of the creatures hits a landmine, causing a powerful explosion. The iron parts of the landmine explode and fly into the air, striking a rope that breaks the rope, sending it plummeting into the ravine. Seeing Levi fall, Drasa, without thinking, picks up her parachute and jumps into the ravine. After falling into the ravine, Drasa is swept away by the fast-flowing river. She somehow manages to get out of the river and reach the shore. Levi, on the other hand, is luckier. He was paralyzed after falling from a large tree. He sustained significant injuries from such a height, but he survived. As his eyes opened, he saw a large insect charging at him. He tried to save himself, but the tree's wood broke and Levi fell onto its roots. As he fell, the roots began to grip him, trapping him. Before the roots could kill Levi, Drasa arrived. She quickly took out a knife and began cutting through the roots, freeing Levi. Levi and Drasa then looked around. Silence and fear reigned everywhere. Suddenly, some creatures emerged from the trees and attacked them. A fierce fight ensued. Levi grabbed his gun and fired the first shot, hitting a creature directly in the head. One by one, they killed both creatures. Levi stumbled upon the creature's dead body. He noticed that the creature was wearing the same army uniform that American soldiers once wore. The sight sent shivers down Levi's spine. He remembered JD's words, telling him that in 1940, a large group of 2,400 soldiers had been sent into this trench, and they never returned. Levi and Drasa then arrived at a strange, terrifying place. The scene was like a nightmare. Decomposing human bodies lay everywhere, and the strangest thing was that plants had sprouted from within these bodies. It seemed as if a deadly virus had taken over the place. Suddenly, something stirred among the trees. Levi and Drasa realized that the creatures were chasing them once again. Terrified, the two run wildly and enter a dilapidated church. After closing the door, they encounter a strange sight. Human corpses littered everywhere. Their condition seemed as if they had taken their own lives to escape the virus. Suddenly, a large spider jumps on Drasa and several more spiders emerge. These spiders are quite large. As soon as the spider attacks them, Levi and Drasa destroy it together. On the other side, the creatures break open the church door and enter. Levi and Drasa open fire to save their lives. They manage to escape the attack and flee. Then Levi spots an old tunnel in the mountain ahead. They immediately enter the tunnel. Once inside, they discover that it's actually an old lab. Broken glass, machinery, and old rusted containers are everywhere. Here, Levi finds an old DVD cassette. Levi plays it and a girl appears on the screen. The girl explains, "We were working on a secret chemical missile project here. We had hundreds of scientists with us, but one day an earthquake struck. The powerful tremor caused the missile's chemicals to leak. The toxic chemicals began to spread into the air. Within hours, people began to become infected with the virus." Showing her stomach, the girl says, "I'm also infected. However, we told the military everything. We asked them to bomb the entire area to prevent the infection from spreading further, but they didn't listen." After watching this video, Levi discovers a modern-day computer. He's at a loss as to how a modern-day computer was placed in this place. Levi turns it on and is stunned by the information it contains. He learns about a company called Dark Lake that manufactures paramilitary weapons. This company collects samples from infected people and experiments on them to transform their country's soldiers into super soldiers. This is why no country wants to destroy this place. Furthermore, Levi also learns that this trench contains a massive missile that, upon activation, will detonate everything within a 4 to 2 kilometer radius. Levi and Drasa understand the secret. They discover that Lady Bartow, who sent them here, is the owner of this place and is misusing it. To keep this place secret, Lady Bartow always chooses someone who will be unquestionable for duty here. And that person is killed after serving here for a year, just like JD was killed, so that he could not come out and tell the world about this place. After learning all this, as soon as they leave, a horseman grabs Drasa by the rope and takes her away. Levi wanders around looking for Drasa, but she's nowhere to be seen. Then Levi arrives at a place where a large missile is kept. This was the same missile about which Levi had received information from the Dark Lake Company's computer. Levi understood everything clearly. In fact, when the previous inhabitants of the watchtower said that if they heard the siren, they should flee as quickly as possible, they were actually talking about this missile. Meanwhile, Drasa, now in the creature's custody, is trying to free herself. She screams and somehow manages to free herself. Once free, a fight breaks out between Drasa and the creature. Levi, searching for Drasa, also arrives and immediately attacks the creature, and together they set it on fire. Escape and a challenging path. Now it's their turn to escape, but the path ahead is even more challenging. As Levi and Drasa move forward, they encounter a dangerous area, posing a daunting challenge. Here, humans and plants are completely intertwined, as if it were the result of some dangerous experiment. As they move forward, they take every step carefully until Drasa slips, activating the plants. They grab Drasa, but Levi, showing courage, moves forward and uses all his strength to free Drasa. He uses a bomb to blow up the entire plant system. Levi takes Drasa out of the scene. The ascent to freedom. After walking a little further, they see a garage garage where a car is parked. They quickly get into the vehicle and try to escape. Finally, after covering some distance, they spot a rope leading up to the watchtower, but the creatures have already reached there, chasing them. If they had climbed up here holding the rope with their hands, the creatures would have killed them. So Levi acts wisely and ties the Jeep to the rope and begins climbing up. They tie the Jeep to the rope so that they can sit in the Jeep and have their hands free to fight the creatures. The creatures attack them and a fierce fight ensues. However, the creatures are vastly outnumbered, so they are overpowered. Then Levi gets an idea. He leaks the Jeep's petrol tank onto the creatures. The oil leaking from the Jeep ignites, burning all the creatures. Finally, they cut the rope of the Jeep and let it fall, killing all the creatures. Thus, they finally managed to climb up. A new mission. Now, both of them knew that even if they served a full year, they would still be killed. So they made a bold decision. They would no longer defend this place, but would destroy it so that no other soldier like them would be trapped here, and the misuse of this place would stop. After this, they would leave and start a new life. Drossa says, "I have a place to hide in France. We will go there, get married, and spend the rest of our lives there." Levi agrees, saying, "I have to go back to my tower. I will go there and install a bomb in the tower and activate the missile, which will destroy the entire place." Final confrontation and the explosion. After which, Levi reaches his tower with the help of a rope. Meanwhile, Lady Bartow contacts Levi and asks, "Did you go into this pit? Because someone turned on our computer." Levi lies and says, "No, I didn't go there." But Bartow knows Levi is lying. She saw everything on the security cameras, confirming that Levi and Drossa had gone into the pit. Still, she continues, saying, "If you didn't go, then it's obvious that the guard from the West Tower is responsible for all this. You do one thing. Kill that man from the West Tower, Levi, because he broke the rules." She understands that he won't kill her, and she knows that the two are going to escape and tell the world about this place. Therefore, she arrives there herself in a helicopter. But before Bartow arrives, the two have already made their preparations. Levi, far away from the tower, takes the longest shot of his life, shooting directly at the tower, which was connected to the missile directly below, setting off a loud siren. Now they had limited time. They both began to run as fast as possible, as the missile would devastate an area of 2 kilometers. Levi and Drossa both ran as fast as they could towards the forest. Drossa, saving her life, managed to escape the scene. However, Levi's leg was injured, preventing him from running fast. Meanwhile, Bartow, aware of the imminent missile detonation, activated the missile at that very moment, causing a massive explosion that devastated the entire trench. The blast was so powerful that its flames and shockwaves spread far and wide, engulfing Bartow's helicopter, killing her on the spot. Drossa had already covered a distance of 2 kilometers. But Levi is caught in the blast, and the powerful wind from the blast throws him into the water. On the other side, all the creatures in the trench are killed. Only Drossa survives the blast, and she stands on a high place waiting for Levi. A new beginning. Night falls as they wait, but there's no sign of Levi. She realizes he's no longer alive. The story then shifts a few months ahead. Drossa reads a poem Levi wrote. She feels Levi's memories in every word. Tears well up in her eyes. With tears in her eyes, she tries to calm her heart. Now Drossa begins a new life, working as a waitress in a hotel in France. But then, suddenly one day, Levi appears before her. He was alive. Seeing Levi, Drassa's eyes widen. Overjoyed, she runs to embrace him, and with that, the story ends. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to our channel and like the video.